Welcome back, everyone, to the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful one, a great one out there for this wonderful holiday of Halloween 2024. Let's get into some Zappa. I was just saying Zappa, like I was just trying to have fun with it. Anyways, today we're going to listen to the song "The Torture Never Stops." This is off the album Zoot Allures, which was released in 1976, 22nd studio album by Frank Zappa. This particular track had been recommended and suggested for a very long time, and from a long time back, by the likes of those I'm about to name. Tim Feely, All Day Adventures, Music Drew, Guy Eternal, P. Crimson, Kevin Hodgson, Carry On, Music Drew again, Sheldon Wheaton, C.E. Worley, Mr. Brad, P.C. Crimson again, Rowan Band, Baljean, Letty Gee, and the list goes on and on from there. So thank you guys so much for the suggestion on this one. So yeah, I'm doing this because it's Halloween, but listen, you want me to be honest with you? I had all my decorations and stuff before, for the album listens and everything. I didn't feel like putting it back up again. I took it down and I said, I'm not putting it back up. So, just being honest. I should have put it back up there to stick with the theme. Just didn't feel like it. So, let's go ahead and listen to the song. We'll talk about it a little bit after. Instead of making tea, instead of making coffee, I just make a cup of tea. It's all right. It's all right. Anyways, The Torture Never Stops. Let's jump into it. Here we go. Little subtle fill.
Flies all green and buzzing in his dungeon of despair. Prisoners grumble and piss their clothes, scratch their matted hair. A tiny light from a window hole 100 yards away is all they ever get to know about the regular life in the day. And it stinks so bad, the stone's been choking drops in the room where the giant fire puffer works, and the torture never stops. The torture never stops.
I love this slow, drawn out, murky music kind of tone.
Slime and rot, rats and snot and vomit on the floor. 50 Ugalese soldiers, man, holding spears by the iron door. Knives and spikes and guns and the likes of every tool of pain. And a sinister midget with a bucket and a mop where the blood goes down the drain. And it stinks so bad, the stone's been choking and weeping greenish drops. In the room where the giant fire puffer works, and the torture never stops. The torture never stops. The torture. The torture never stops.
This is a mood. The bass has so much personality.
Flies all green and buzzing in his dungeon of despair. An evil prince eats a steaming pig in a chamber right near there. He eats the snouts and the trotters first.
Little pig sound.
The loins and the groins is soon dispersed. His carving style is well rehearsed.
It's hard carving through. He's the butcher.
He stands and shouts. All men be cursed. All men be cursed.
That nice back and forth.
All men be cursed. All men be cursed. And disagree. Well, no one durst. He's the best, of course, of all the worst. Some wrong been done, he done it first.
His keys kind of lighten it up.
And it stinks so bad, his bones been choking. Been greenish drops. In the light of the iron sauces, where the torture never stops.
That doesn't sound good.
The torture never stops. The torture, the torture, the torture never stops.
This is such an interesting song from Zappa, especially. Dusty and dark. So grungy. Opposite of Infinity from Aphrodite's Child.
Flies all green and buzzing in his dungeon of despair. Who are all those people that is locked away down there? Are they crazy?
These are crazy.
Are they sated? Are they zero? one painted. It has never been explained since at first it was created. But a dungeon like a sin requires not but locking in of everything that's ever been. Look at her. Look at him. That's what's the deal with.
You heard that chord change? It lightened up.
That's what's the deal we're dealing in. That's what's the deal we're dealing in. That's what's the deal we're dealing in.
The keys certainly do lighten this up. That is such a different song that I am used to hearing from Zappa. Gone is the comedy, the, jovialness, like, that is all gone. This is just a torturous song. A groovin' one hits a lot of great musical highs, but man, are there some lows in this one. Like, there's really not any humor in this. This is a humorless dirge of a groovin' track with a certain established mood. And yet at the same time, Zappa still inserts what I call like his Zappisms. Like he still inserts his personality here. The fills, those drum fills, I think are so sensational with just how subtle they are and quiet in volume they are in their approach. But they bring this little bit of insanity into the music, which obviously fits very, very well here. The way that Zappa is singing is down, 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 low into the Tom Waits plane of things, and he sounds great. I love his enunciation. I like how close to the mic he's singing with that that buttery, dark voice that he has here. And actually looking at the personnel, it is just Zappa and Bozia playing on this one. I love when the little bits of electronic or electric keyboards come in, because for the most part, when they come in, they actually do add this kind of light into the music. I guess kind of like one of the lyrics near the beginning of the track. It says, "A tiny light from a window hole 100 yards away is all they ever get to know about the regular life in the day." And so while this track overall is definitely musically in the dark side of things, you do get that little bit of light that comes in through a little window at the top that they have no hope of reaching, but they get a little bit of light, and that's what that electric that piano comes through and kind of gives us. The guitar and the bass line are murky. This whole thing just reeks of grimness, but it still grooves. It still hits. The sound to me, like, once again, this to me is totally unique from what I've heard from Zappa in just the way he's capturing all this and how straightforward and humorless this is. But the sound, to an extent, kind of reminds me of Sleep Dirt. It kind of has that, like, there's a little hint of that jazzy, crazy zaniness that we're used to hearing from Zappa. It's just much more restrained in this particular track. Besides those fill moments when the music comes in and the fills, the quick guitar lines that especially happen more near the end, and definitely the vocals. And I'm not talking Zappa. Definitely the sound effects from the woman in here. I said it during the track, but it's like Aphrodite's Child with Infinity, except where that was on a positive note, this is definitely on the opposite side of that particular spectrum. But nonetheless, that actually works. Nonetheless, just as shocking in how they come forward there. This is a cool track to listen to. I'll tell you, this is a unique vibe for Zappa to tackle, but as we should come to expect at this point, tackle it he does, like some football team that I wish I could reference, but I don't watch sports, so I don't know, the 49ers. Let's look at these lyrics, huh? Flies all green and buzzing in his dungeon of despair. Prisoners grumble and piss their clothes and scratch their matted hair. A tiny light from the window hole 100 yards away is all they ever get to know about the regular life in the day. And it stinks so bad the stones keep choking, or been choking, and weeping greenish drops in the room where the giant fire puffer works. And the torture never stops, the torture never stops. I mean, this song is just straight up about a torture chamber, a prisoner in which people are being tortured. Slime and rot, rats and snot, vomit on the floor, 50 ugly soldiers, man, holding spears by the iron door. Knives and spikes and guns and the likes of every tool of pain, and a sinister midget with a bucket and a mop where the blood goes down the drain. Flies all green and buzzing in dungeon despair. An evil prince eats a steaming pig in a chamber right near there. He eats the snouts and trotters first. The loins and groins is soon dispersed. His carving style is well rehearsed. He stands and shouts, all men be cursed, and disagree, well, no one durst. He's the best, of course, of all the worst. Some wrong been done, he done it first. So, listen, he knows how to carve very well. It says it's very well rehearsed. He's practiced many, many a times. What's this word mean? I know Fred Durst. What's the word Durst mean? Is that an actual... Here you go.
Durst.
Yeah, I figured that. Where was the definition? I saw it when it showed up on Google. Archaic and dialectal past tense of dare. Is that what it is? Meaning of Durst is archaic and past tense. I guess so. Not Fred Durst. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay, I was just curious. And he stinks so bad, his bones been choking and weeping greenish drops in the night of the iron sausage. I gotta say, a night in the iron sausage does not sound good at all. That doesn't sound like a good time. And it goes on from there. Flies all green and buzzing in his dungeon of despair. Who are all these people that he's locked away down there? Are they crazy? Are they sainted? Are they zeros someone painted? It has never been explained since at first it was created, but a dungeon like a sin requires not but locking in of everything that's ever been. Look at hers, look at him. Yeah, so there's not quite a rhyme or a reason, but regardless, they are down there. Looking at the Wikipedia page for this particular track, it said it debuted in 1975 as "Why Doesn't Somebody Get Him a Pepsi?" Gotta say, that is completely different from where we ended up. Critics have written that while performing the song, Zappa comes off as calm yet passive-aggressive. Let's see. Live solo, we don't really care about that. I did see that there was some more down here, though. It says, recorded in 76, the song is notable for featuring moans throughout the songs. According to Frank, taken from an interview, the sound effects were an evening's work. We did most of it in the bedroom of my house. There were 2 chicks there. One was my wife plus myself.
Oh my.
I think they enjoyed it very much. We got 4 hours on tape and then cut it down to just under 10 minutes. My friend opens up with the first grunts, and it carries on from there. I don't think it's worth telling you precisely what went on. You wouldn't be allowed to publish it. Well, there you go. That's all we need to read there. Anyways, thank you guys so much for the suggestion. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. You can support what I do over here on Patreon for as little as $2 a month. You don't have to, but it does help and it does go a long way. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you all later. Where's that ending button? There it is. Found it.